Hey guys, it's Matsen here. Today I'm taking a break from WoW and I'm deciding to work on this, the Neckbeard quiz for WoW by Porcupine Monarch. I will link to it in the description in this video. Let's enjoy it.
Hey, ask yourself this question. How much do I know about Warcraft? The world of Warcraft. Its history, facts, lore, from the most widely known information to the smallest of details. The mysterious and obscure. Let's see if you are wise enough to achieve victory in a game that I have prepared for you. A small quiz that will test your knowledge of Warcraft. First, I want to explain how the game works and what are the rules. I highly encourage you to stay and listen. But if you want to move on immediately to the game, there is a timestamp in the video description below ready for you. Now, you might or might not recognize this TV show.
So this is the final answer heard all around the world. He's won $1 million.
The game I've prepared for you is basically just like it, with a few minor tweaks to make up for the lack of real-time action between you, the player, and me, supposedly the host. The game challenges you with a series of multiple choice questions. In total, there are 15 questions. You start from the very bottom and attempt to climb to the very top. Just like in WoW, each question is marked with a level. As your level increases, so does the difficulty of the questions before you. The first 5 questions are designed to serve as a warm-up. They are designed to be so easy that even a moderate casual player should know the answer. The questions that come after start to go deeper into less known truths. Question 5 and 10 are marked with a white color. These are called checkpoints. After reaching the 5th checkpoint, every subsequent question will have a 50-50 lifeline option available. What this means is that for questions between 6 and 15, you can eliminate 2 incorrect answers, leaving you with the correct answer and 1 incorrect answer. But what if you answer a question wrong? Listen, here is where it gets interesting. According to the rules, failing 1 question immediately results in game over. That's right, we don't want this to be too easy. If you fail, you drop all the way to the bottom. However, if there is a checkpoint in the way, you drop down to the nearest checkpoint beneath you instead, and that checkpoint's level will ultimately be yours. Here are the rules of the game. 1. One incorrect answer instantly results in game over. 2. No cheating. No help from friends, Wowpedia, or anything else that isn't your brain. 3. Don't mute the videos. They're narrated, mostly cheesily, but that won't be a valid excuse if you lose. Now, unfortunately, I cannot control whether or not you will follow the rules. This game is just for fun anyway, but I encourage you to do so either way. If you cheat, sure, but you're gonna cheat yourself. If you feel like proving that you are not a total pushover, here are a few achievement goals you can set for yourself. Pause the video to check them out and let me know in the comments of this video how far you've gotten.
Neckbeard ascended. Answer all 15 questions correctly while following the game's rules and never using the 50-50 lifeline. Neckbeard triumphant. Answer all 15 questions correctly while following the game's rules and using the 50-50 lifeline only once. Honor roll Neckbeard. Reach past question 10 while following the game's rules while being allowed to use the 50-50 only once. Neckbeard's apprentice. Reach past question 5 while following the game's rules while being allowed to use 50-50 only once. The boosted donkey. Answer all 15 questions correctly while disobeying rules regardless of use. Post-cataclysm dumpster. Lose the game at any point while disobeying rules regardless of 50-50 use. Shame on you.
And that's it. Check the video description below, there you will find a link to start the game. Have fun and enjoy playing Who Wants to Be the Ultimate Neckbeard? Good luck.
Let's do it.
Now that you have been briefed on the rules of the game, let's play Who Wants to Be the Ultimate WoW Neckbeard? Starting off with question number 1. Which of these creatures are native to the Elven Forest? A. Quillboar, B. Murlocs, C. Tauren, D. Dreadlords. Of course, B. Murlocs is the correct answer. Let's move on. What is the title of Stormwind's ruling monarch? A. High Priest, B. Prophet, C. King, D. Overlord. Of course you're right, it's C. King. Let's continue. The warrior class consists of which specialization types? A. 1 DPS, 2 tank. B. 2 DPS, 1 tank. C. 3 DPS. D. 3 tank.
I main a warrior, by the way.
The warrior specs are arms, fury, protection, that means 2 DPS and 1 tank. B is the correct answer. Let's continue.
I wonder how long it took for him to edit all these.
On which cardinal side of Azeroth's world map is the continent named Kalimdor located? A. North, B. East, C. South, D. West. If your eyesight is good enough, then you can see in the background that Kalimdor is located in the west. D is the correct answer. Which of these dreadlords were responsible for turning Arthas Menethil into the darkness? A. Varimathras, B. Mal'Ganis, C. Balnazar, D. Deatharok. If you've been playing World of Warcraft for a long time, then you should know who Arthas is, and you should also know that it was indeed Mal'Ganis who turned him into the darkness. Well done. Alright, the first 5 questions were just a warm-up. Now begins the real game. As a reward for reaching the first checkpoint, you are given a 50-50 lifeline. You can use it whenever you want, but only once. Use it wisely. I'll remind you that through each question you progress, the more difficult they get. I hope you're ready. Let's go for question number 6. How many districts in Stormwind City actually have the word district in their name? 2, 1, 3, 4.
Okay, so there's Cathedral Square, Mage Quarter, Old Town, Dwarven District, Trade District, and formerly the Park, but now that's Lion's Rest. I think we all know the answer here.
So what are the districts in Stormwind? There's the Stormwind Harbor, the Cathedral Square, the Dwarven District, Old Town, Mage Quarter, and finally, the Trade District, which makes it 2A is the correct answer. Which of these members of the Twilight's Hammer cult is associated with the lore of Thunderfury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker? A. Everrun, B. Ortel, C. Demetrian, D. Havanth. All 4 are existing NPCs in the game, all of them in Silithus, but if you go to the northwestern side of Silithus, the only Twilight cultist you will encounter, who likes to talk about Thunderfury and its wielder, is Hylor Demetrian. Well done. Moving on to question 8. During Brewfest, a quest which involves riding a ram to deliver ale kegs from one place to another requires feeding the ram at food buckets to prevent it from becoming exhausted. Which food is used to feed the ram? A. Pears, B. Apples, C. Grain, D. Apricots.
Okay, I failed in this last time I recorded this, so I already know the answer.
The food was a fruit, but only one type of fruit. It was apples, of course. The answer is correct. It's B. During the early days of the chromatic dragonflight, which particular dragon lived long enough to mature into adulthood, later to become the personal mount of War Chief Dalorand Blackhand? A. Garrus, B. Crix, C. Gith, D. Rylak. In the old version of Upper Blackrock Spire, Warchief Dalaran Blackhand would fight you atop a chromatic drake whose name was... Gith. The answer is C. The Strajos Naga tribe once occupied a specific area on Azeroth. In which zone is this area located? A. Desolus, B. Pre-Cataclysm Ashara, C. Feralus, D. Dustswallow Marsh.
I had to do some thinking on this.
One of the unusual traits of this particular tribe is that they commanded an unusual amount of hydras, which swam in the water outside of Alcas Island in Dustswallow Marsh D. Congratulations, you have passed the second checkpoint. Now, this is where the true fun begins. The questions which are about to come are designed for the true, ultimate WoW nerds. Be ready.
This is gonna get really long.
In the Hall of Champions, which is a subzone in the Scarlet Halls where Armsmaster Harlan resides, there is a collection of large statues commemorating the fallen heroes of the Scarlet Crusade. Which of these names is not depicted among them? A. Galvar Pureblood, B. Felari Swift Arrow, C. Farron Marcus, D. Harthal Truesight. All of these names belong to members of the Scarlet Crusade. Though none of them are alive, which one of them is actually commemorated in the Hall of Champions? Farron Marcus, Felari Swift Arrow, and lastly, Harthal Truesight. A is the correct answer, Galvar Pureblood.
I do remember grinding the armory in Classic for XP, so I did pay attention to the statues.
The Tribunal of Ages in the Halls of Stone Dungeon is a boss encounter which consists of 3 large face sculptures. These sculptures act as librarians of Azeroth's ancient history, and they each have a name. Which of these 4 is not one of them? A. Peridnium, B. Abednium, C. Marnak, D. Kodrak. During the encounter, Marnak summons clouds of dark matter, Abednium shoots fiery lasers from her eyes, and Peridnium... This guy does nothing because he does not exist. A is the correct answer! What was the name of the item required to douse runes of the Fire Lord in the Molten Core, which used to be necessary towards unlocking the Ragnaros boss fight? A. Pure Hydral Essence, B. Aquant Compound, C. Oceanic Quintessentiality, D. Aqual Quintessence.
Don't worry, I've run enough Molten Core in Classic to know that.
The correct answer has a spelling mistake in its name, intentionally. other word means essence, pure, concentrated form of essence within a substance. According to the dictionary, this word is quintessence. D is the correct answer. Prior to Wrath of the Lich King, there was a highborn archmage trapped aboard Naxxramas. What was the name of this elven individual? Kiros Toldorin, Tarsis Kir Moldir, Ithian Keltheril, Cyrilin Rominate.
Sorry, I had to cheat here because I have never fucking been in Vanilla Max.
You could have chosen any answer, but you went for answer B, and your answer is... correct! It is Tarsis Kir Moldir who was trapped aboard Naxxramas. Congratulations, you have arrived to the final level. Now, be patient. Everything matters now. This question will be merciless. Prior to Cataclysm, No Man's Land was a debuff applied to players who attempted to enter Hyjal. It would teleport players away to Hyjal's then blocked entrance in Dark Whisper Gorge. However, one small spot in the world outside of Hyjal was mistakenly marked as being in Hyjal. Unknowing players who had stepped into this small spot got teleported away as a result. In which subzone was this small spot located? A. Bow Shadow, B. Mass Thoril, C. Talon Branch Glade, D. Blackmaw Hold.
I'll just make a guess.
Your answer is set in stone now. You could have backed away, you could have done anything, but you have opted to answer the final question. And though I sincerely hope that you haven't gotten this far without cheating, the correct answer is... you've gotten very, very far. Only to fall.
No, fuck it. Fuck it. Okay, by the way, that song was Oh, it sounded like the... Oh, yeah, it was copyright. I don't want to get this video a copyright strike. But fuck it. I'm not recording this shit all over again. I'm gonna choose Mass for Roll.
Your answer is set in stone now. You could have backed away, you could have done anything, but you have opted to answer the final question. And though I sincerely hope that you haven't gotten this far without cheating, the correct answer is... I'm sorry to say this, but you are not that great. You are amazing! Let me and others know in the comments that you have gotten this far, or go back to the video where I was explaining the rules of the game and let me and others know what do you think about the game, if I should make more, any feedback, any improvements, anything, whatever you want. Hopefully you've enjoyed this game. I had a blast making it myself, although it cost a bit of my sanity, but who cares. If you want, you can follow me on Twitch, the name is in the video description below. Subscribe, unsubscribe, follow, do anything you want. I don't care, I feel good, I hope you feel good as well. Hopefully I will see you another time. Goodbye.
I quite honestly feel ashamed for not having legitimately got the Neckbeard honor that I deserve, or that I don't really that I don't really deserve. But anyway, that was a good quiz. I think I will do another one some other time, but I'm pretty sure the servers are up by now, so I'm gonna go play WoW. Thanks guys for watching. I will always be a Neckbeard in my mind till the day I die.